Okay. Hey viewers, my name's Cara. I'm your host for Tuesdays on the Pagan Perspective, and today we are driving home and talking about examples of witchcraft. So you are secured to my dashboard. If you fall over, I am not picking you up. Oh! If you fall over, I am not picking you up because that will be unsafe. So we're just gonna record all the way until we get home. There's gonna be a steering wheel in your faces. Don't care. I don't have any time to record my video today because today is actually Tuesday and today is my anniversary, but I don't know if we're doing anything today or not, like this evening. But we've been running around all day doing a bunch of different things. But anyway, so I'm on my way to my grandma's because I had to stop and get cat food and crickets for my gecko kitty lizard. So we're on our way there to go bring that to her. So we're just gonna chat on the way. So the question this week, I don't remember who it's from because I'm not looking at it, but it'll be in the description of the video as usual. The question is basically, the first part is pagan like witchcraft, or does it have anything to do with witchcraft? And then the second part of the question is like giving examples of witchcraft, like how does it really work? And for example, if you had the flu, would you like concentrate on being well and things like that? And so I don't remember every specific example that they gave in their question, but I do know that everything that they put in their question is some form of magic to me. It may not be spell casting, it's not ritual, but to me all of those things are definitely magic. So first let me just answer the first part about pagan and witchcraft. They definitely do go together in my opinion, and based on my definitions of them, they are not the same thing. Paganism and witchcraft are not interchangeable terms, they're not the exact same, but they do correlate a lot in that a lot of pagans practice witchcraft. A lot of people who practice witchcraft may consider themselves pagans, but they're definitely not mutually inclusive. So not all pagans practice witchcraft, not all people who practice witchcraft consider themselves pagan. To me and my definitions, paganism is a descriptor for religions and spiritualities of a certain type, certain religious or spiritual paths, whereas witchcraft is something that can really be incorporated into any religious or spiritual path. It's just something else that you kind of add on to it or practice it. And I do know that there are people out there for whom witchcraft is their religion and they don't have any other kind of religious background that they use it with. It is a religion, it's their religion in itself. So that is also possible. And for the rest of us, it's usually that we have some other religious structure behind it, and then witchcraft is something that we do within that structure. So I hope that makes sense. They are related, but they are not the same thing. Now, as for examples of witchcraft, I guess, since I already said that I think the things that they asked about, yes, I think those are good examples of witchcraft. So I think I'll just talk about kind of what I do. Definitely with the example of if you have the flu or if you're sick. Of course, magic is not a cure-all. It's not medicine in itself. So if you're the type of person who likes Western medicine and that kind of thing helps you, definitely do that. And magic is something that can sort of help you heal faster or help your body deal with the healing that it needs. For me, I don't take a lot of Western medicine, especially since I can't swallow pills. So if I take anything, it's usually a liquid form or a chewable tablet type thing. So I don't take a lot of medicine in general. But for example, when I get a stomach ache, I may go the herbal route and get some spearmint gum, which is something that I actually just bought yesterday because I need it. When I get a stomach ache, I choose spearmint gum because the qualities of spearmint help alleviate my stomach ache. That is a sort of herbalism. Or when I have really bad cramps or just my stomach is upset in general, I might drink chamomile tea. I grow my own chamomile. I would make some fresh chamomile tea, fresh or dried, but you know, it's my own personal plant has given me these flowers. And so I drink that and that helps alleviate my stomach ache again. Those are forms of magic to me. Or if I have a headache or a stomach ache, again, I have like weird random stomach aches all the time. I've had stomach problems for years, and that's why I stopped eating gluten last year. Now I'm actually thinking it might be lactose, but anyway, I digress. Another thing that I do when I get sick, because I work with crystals, is I have several pieces of smoky quartz, and I use smoky quartz to remove negativity from a room, from a space, from a person, from my spirit, my energy, my aura. So sometimes when I get sick, if I have a headache or a stomach ache, I will take a piece of smoky quartz and hold it to my head or hold it to my stomach and focus on the stone, removing that negative sick feeling energy from me, and then I replace it with good, positive, healing energy from the universe or from the earth, whichever way. And I do that through visualization, or sometimes I guess you could also consider it meditation, but through, you know, focusing my intent, visualizing it happening, and believing that it's going to happen and it's going to help me. So that is a really common form of magic that I do. When I actually sit down and do spells, for example, I like to do petition magic, which is using the written word. So, hi, big truck. And I have been meaning to do videos about this on my personal channel. It's on the list. People have asked me how I do petition spells with the different elements, and I will do videos about that sometime. But basically it involves writing down my actual intent, writing the spell down, speaking it aloud, but having that written word, and then doing something with the written word, whether it be burning it or tearing it up and releasing it into a river, or, you know, whatever. So yeah, basically the way that I do magic, the way that I feel it works is whatever your intent is, come up with something that to you has the associations and the properties of fixing that problem. For example, if I wanted to do a spell to get rid of my sickness, because I work with the moon phases, I would not want to do that during the waxing moon, because waxing phase is for growing and building and gaining, and I don't want to be gaining more of the sickness. So I would want to do that in a waning moon phase, which is diminishing, banishing, getting rid of things. So getting rid of illness for me is a waning moon thing. But if it's the waxing moon and I have a stomach ache, I'm not just going to not do the spell. I'm just going to reword my intent and refocus it, and instead of focusing on getting rid of the sickness, I'm going to focus on gaining, building, bringing to me positive healing energy. But if you're someone who doesn't work with the moon phases at all, that might not be an issue for you, because that's not something that you use in your magic. I'm trying to think of some other examples. There are really common examples that you'll always hear authors saying, you know, and I personally believe this as well, that sort of pretty much everyone in the world does something that can be considered magic, but they don't know it, or they don't consider it magic, things like that. So for example, if you follow the tradition of on your birthday blowing out birthday candles, making a wish and blowing out a candle, that's a form of magic. Carrying around a good luck charm is a form of magic, because it's about carrying around that energy with you and having it close to you that gives you the luck or the energy that you need, whatever it is. People who feel like they need some more energy, so they go and get orange juice, that's kind of a form of magic too. It's a form of herbalism, because they know that oranges have that kind of energizing property about them. And it's an everyday thing. It's things that everyone does, because we just know oranges do this, bananas do this, milk does this, whatever. But it's kind of the same thing. That's how we choose what we do in magic, because we know what smoky quartz does, for example. We know certain things about different things. We know what candles are good for versus what poppets are good for, or what ribbons can be used for, and then you just kind of choose whatever thing you feel is best for the problem that you have going on that you're trying to solve, or for the deity that you're thanking and honoring in your celebration, or whatever it is. And I realized that I got a little bit carried away right there talking about things that maybe don't apply to everybody, so I apologize for that, because some of you may be watching this going, well, what is a candle good for, and what is a poppet good for, and what is ribbon magic good for? And so that is an entirely different conversation. I apologize that I went there. If I had a longer drive ahead of me, I could explain all of those, but I don't think that's what this video is for. So I think that I answered the question of this week and went a little bit off on a tangent, so I apologize for the tangential part, but I hope that the rest of it does help you. Yes, essentially, to the questioner, yes, those things that you were talking about, those are examples of witchcraft, of magic, because, oh, again, I didn't say that witchcraft to me is just magic in general. Using spellcraft, using magic in your daily life is witchcraft, and so that's what I would consider anyone a witch who does that. Although a lot of people don't like to call themselves witches, that is why I personally do, because I use spellcraft in my daily life. I use witchcraft, and that is how I determine that I am a witch. All of these words have different definitions to different people. They have many different meanings, so by no means expect that I am the only one that is right about this. If you agree with me, that's cool. If you disagree with me, that's also cool. There are different meanings for things. Alright, I am just about to Grandma's house. I got about another couple of blocks or so. Country blocks, not city blocks. So I will talk to you guys later. Thank you very much for watching. Blessed be. Don't forget to be awesome. I'll see you next week. Goodbye. we're just gonna keep recording until I get to this stoplight and can safely turn the camera off. And we are stopping. And goodbye.